All right, let's talk about something that sounds kind of crazy. In a world that is just completely drowning in digital ads, pop-ups, and spam, one of the oldest marketing tools in the book is making a comeback. We're talking about direct mail, but with a serious, high-tech, AI-powered reboot.
And it really makes you wonder, what if the answer to cutting through all that digital noise isn't some new social media platform, but it's been right there, at the end of your driveway, this whole time? So to really get why this is such a game changer, you've got to understand the absolute nightmare that marketers are dealing with right now. It is, no joke, a perfect storm of problems.
I mean, just look at this mess. The cost to get a new customer? It's gone through the roof. All these new privacy laws mean tracking people online is getting almost impossible. And trying to figure out the ad auctions on Google or Meta? Good luck, it's a total black box. Even if you try good old email, you're probably landing in a spam filter. You're basically fighting a war with a battlefield. The rules and the costs are changing every single day.
So with all that chaos online, an unlikely hero is stepping back into the spotlight. You guessed it, direct mail. But listen, we have to be super clear here. This is not your parents' junk mail. This is something completely new, rebuilt from the ground up with some really impressive tech.
And this really shows you the difference. It's like night and day. The old way was what we all call spray and pray. You just blast out thousands of flyers and hope something stuck, with no real way to know if it even worked. The new way? It's the polar opposite. It's laser-focused on the right people, it's automated to get an instant response, and you can track every single dollar to see exactly what your return on investment is. You know, this quote just hits the nail on the head. The physical mail was never the enemy. The real problem was the insane amount of waste, all the money and trees spent sending it to people who were never, ever going to be interested. So that leads to a pretty big question. What if you could just eliminate all that waste?
And that's our cue. Let's dive into the first pillar of this whole revolution, which is all about the data. This is the brains of the entire operation. It's the secret sauce that makes everything else possible.
The engine behind this is something called predictive modeling. Now, it sounds super technical, but the idea is actually pretty straightforward. Instead of just guessing who a good customer might be, you use all sorts of data to build a super detailed profile, like a blueprint, of your perfect customer. Then, the model just scans your whole list and scores everyone, telling you exactly who the A-listers are and, just as important, who you should ignore. Just let that number sink in. You're not carpet bombing a neighborhood anymore. You're performing surgical strikes, targeting only the people most likely to buy. The result? You instantly eliminate up to 70% of the waste. That's just incredible.
And when you do that, well, the results are absolutely staggering. We're talking about response rates that are 4, 5, sometimes up to 9 times higher than the old way of doing things. And it just makes sense, right? When you stop shouting at everyone and start talking only to the people who actually want to hear from you, they're way more likely to listen.
Okay, so you found the perfect person and sent them a perfectly targeted piece of mail. Great, but that's really only half the battle. The next question is, what happens when they're actually interested? That's where the second pillar comes in, the AI agent. Think of it like your perfect sales assistant who works 24/7 and never asks for a coffee break.
You know, this right here, this is the exact spot where basically every direct mail campaign in history has failed. Someone gets your postcard at 8 o'clock at night, they're interested, they're ready to learn more, but your business is closed. And just like that, the moment is gone. Poof, vanished. The AI agent is designed to make sure that never, ever happens again. So, check out this new customer journey. It's so slick. A person gets your mailer, they scan a QR code with their phone, and bam, they are instantly chatting with a really smart AI agent. This bot can answer their questions, qualify them as a good lead, and capture all their info. It's a completely seamless jump from a physical piece of paper in their hand to a hot, qualified lead in your system. So all of this sounds amazing in theory, right? But how do you prove to clients who've been burned before that this actually works? Well, the team behind this came up with an absolutely brilliant plan to demonstrate it. They created something called the AI Gift Concierge. During the holidays, they sent out a simple card to key prospects. On it was a QR code that invited them to chat with an AI to find the perfect gift. You could tell it who you were shopping for, your budget, their interests, and it would give you these incredibly thoughtful gift ideas. It was fun, it was actually useful, and people loved it. But the real goal, the genius part, was giving every single one of those prospects a hands-on demo of how powerful the AI was without it ever feeling like they were being sold to. It was a masterstroke. And the follow-up message was just so simple and powerful.
Basically, hey, if our AI is smart enough to handle a complex, nuanced conversation like finding the perfect gift for your picky uncle, just imagine how well it can handle conversations with your potential customers. It instantly connected the fun demo to real-world business value. So, when you stitch these two big ideas together, the predictive data on the front end to find the right people, and the AI agent on the back end to capture their interest, you're not just making an old marketing channel a little bit better. You are literally creating something entirely new. This right here, this is the winning formula. It's a simple but incredibly effective engine. Step 1, smart data finds the right people. Step 2, physical mail gets their undivided attention in a way that a digital ad just can't anymore. And step 3, the AI agent instantly converts that flicker of attention into a tangible business opportunity.
This, right here, might be the most important part of the whole story. It's a fundamental business shift. You see, all the old school competitors, they're still out there selling a commodity, paper and postage. But this new model isn't about selling a thing at all. It's about selling a result. It's about delivering qualified leads, sales appointments, and at the end of the day, actual revenue.
So you see, what happened here wasn't just an upgrade. It wasn't direct mail 2.0. It was a complete reinvention of the entire model. By combining these technologies, they transformed themselves from being just another printer into a predictive lead conversion partner, a category of one.
And that really brings us to the final thought, the one I want to leave you with. This story isn't just about mail. It's about looking at old, established systems all around us with new eyes. So, the question is, what old, overlooked system in your industry is just one smart idea away from its own incredible AI-powered comeback?